So you want to learn 5 different mechanics that you can use to shoot. Well, I'm going to go over some of the footwork mechanics that you can use. Now, why footwork? The reason that we talk about footwork is so many coaches talk about the hands and hand placement and blade placement, but the real key to shooting is being able to have the right footwork for shooting. That's why we focus on the mechanics. The same way that tennis coaches and tennis players talk about the footwork being really key to their success. Of course, the swing is still important. Of course, the shot is still important with the hands, but the footwork enables it. It enables you to do it in a balanced way and from all sorts of different options. I actually just did a course on this that featured Bedard and how he can shoot from all sorts of different angles. And we're gonna go over some of those mechanics right now. So the first one is your very simple, standard, I'm in the driveway shooting, which is like I'm here, and my weight transfer goes from back foot to front foot, and I just shoot. That's what a lot of coaches teach. However, the mechanic that we see NHLers use more often is actually more of a C-cut off that front foot, and rather than an actual weight shift, it's just a collapse of the hips. So it looks a bit more like this. C-cut, and then release like that. That's the first mechanic. The second mechanic is kind of like the Darryl Belfry 2009, 2010 shooting in stride. So that's where players come in and they're moving their feet and then they shoot in stride. What we like to say is that is kind of like a Marchand release where he's getting on his outside edge of his blade side foot. So blade side, outside edge, and he's releasing and he's getting on that outside edge like that. The next mechanic is something that we call the Matthews release. So what Matthews is doing is he's starting in a wide stance, and then as he's pulling the puck in, he's getting to a narrow stance. So what that looks like is here, anchor, and then he's shooting to the short side, just like that. One that we see Kurashev use, this is the fourth mechanic, is like a 10-2 release. So this is where the puck is coming across this way, and he's releasing it in a 10-2, just like that. So I'm using the 10-2 mechanic, and I'm getting that release just like that. And then the last one, this is one that Sidney Crosby will subtly use. We see his Nova Scotia training partner McKinnon use this, and that's the anchor release. There's a great highlight clip of Eichel doing this as well. And the anchor release is using this foot here to anchor as you shoot. So the anchor creates the rotation, and that rotation ends up enabling you to release. So that can look like here, like that if I have Eichel, or like a Crosby style is a bit more like that. So those are the 5 mechanics that you can use to shoot. We use our Pedersen / Eichel C-cut release. We use our Belfry kind of shooting in stride, but also Marchand does it really well, shooting off this outside edge. The Matthews style release where we go wide and then narrow. And then our Kucherov release from a 10-2, and then our McKinnon-Crosby release from an anchor. Now again, why these are all super important to learn is because if you can shoot from all these different positions, it's just like being able to hit different shots in tennis. And imagine if you only had one swing and one shot in tennis, you wouldn't be very good. And you know, a lot of players are only comfortable with one style of footwork, and that's usually just this one, this release there. So by adding those other mechanics to your repertoire, you can actually be a lot more dangerous and a lot more versatile because you can shoot and score from all sorts of different areas. Now, if you want to learn what those are and you want to learn how to do that and learn each in depth and step by step, we've put together that in a training in the Train 2.0 Plus membership, and you can join that by clicking on the link probably around here and joining us to learn exactly how to do that step by step. So I hope you learned something in this video. If you want to join us, we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.